Welcome back to our Sekiro 100% walkthrough. In the previous episode we defeated 2 Shishiman warriors, and on this episode we're going to be progressing 2 main quest lines. One of those quest lines is for the Dragon's Return ending quest, and the other one is for the Hirata Estate version 2. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video. So the first thing we shall focus on is the Dragon's Return ending quest line. So for that, we eat some rice. So eat the rice, and then we need to travel away from the inner sanctum. So we're going to choose to travel to the dilapidated temple and travel back to inner sanctum. Talk to Divine Child of Rejuvenation once again. We're going to bag some more rice. There we go. Then eat the rice. Travel away. And you may notice a theme with this quest line. Travel back to Inner Sanctum. There is a lot of traveling away and traveling back many, many times. Got some more rice. Eat the rice. Travel away. There's quite a lot of steps to do with this quest line as well, so it takes a bit of time. Travel back to Inner Sanctum. Okay, so on this bit, she is ill. She asks for a persimmon. That's why it's important to hang on to a persimmon specifically for this bit right here. So give persimmon. And we get rice, and we also get rice for Kuro. So bag those. If you do still need to go and get a persimmon, there is a merchant just before the Armored Warrior boss fight. So there is a idol just before the Armored Warrior boss fight. And there's a merchant near there that sells, I believe he has 2 persimmons. So if you missed it earlier in the playthrough, in the walkthrough, then make sure to go and grab a persimmon from that merchant. But other than that, we are good. So we're going to travel to Kuro next. So we now have the rice for Kuro. We're going to hand that in. There we go, give the rice. Sounds good. Kuro talks about making us some rice. There's a lot of rice in this episode. Travel away. So we're going to travel to a dilapidated temple. Then travel back to Kuro. He's got a tasty treat that he's cooked up for us. So we're going to go and grab that. There we go. Talk to Kuro. Sweet rice ball. Then we're going to eat some more rice, this sweet rice ball.
This is very good.
There we go, so that is that bit. Then we go back to Inner Sanctum. There we go. And I think the next bit is to do with a key item.
Did you give the rice to the divine heir?
Yes, he made rice balls out of it.
The divine heir of the dragon's heritage? He made them himself.
Yes, and he was
Oh, he made what I am sure he had his doubts about severing immortality as well. Yet even so, what is his
Lord Kuro.
Lord, I should.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you where this key item is in case you missed it earlier in this walkthrough. So if you did miss it, it's Senpou Temple and Temple Grounds. I'll just show you where that is real quick. So there's a key item called Holy Chapter Infested, which is down at the bottom of this bit of water here. So you would jump in there and grab the key item from the bottom of the water. After that, we travel back to Inner Sanctum. Hand in the key item.
My friend, I will want I can.
This one here.
This is for you.
What is
I found
thing I can. Shinobi, you are.
Okay. And then I think we travel away. And travel back in again. There we go. Like I mentioned, there's quite a lot of traveling out, traveling in. And then Divine Child of Rejuvenation is gone. At this point, head to Halls of Illusion here. There she is.
But if I were to choose the path of returning the dragon's heritage, it may come to pass that I would have to leave all of you. Thank you for your kind words. He gave me this.
Hello?
Oh, it is.
With the children.
Yes, there is something I believe we should aim not to sever the dragon's heritage, but instead to return it to its rightful place.
Return them.
That's right. The dragon's heritage was set free from its homeland, and its power until to the west. However,
Who would?
perhaps
And
he's the Shinobi.
Yes?
This I do should.
I'll think of.
Okay, so she talks about returning the dragon's heritage to its rightful place instead of the immortal severance. And she asks for some information from a priest. So what we're going to do is travel. In fact, we can just walk there. She asks for some information from the High Priest of Senpou Temple, who has locked himself away at the top of the temple. The High Priest has essentially tried to hide this information about returning the dragon's heritage. Because they want the power, they want to keep it. The power to live forever. So, we are going to go and grab that key item that the Divine Child of Rejuvenation wants, which is hidden inside here. Drop down. Go under here. I think we have to kill some enemies here because they kind of get in the way, so let's There we go. Okay, so the key item is now hidden here. So make sure to pick up this bad boy. Holy Chapter, Dragon's Return. So that's what the Divine Child of Rejuvenation wants. So we're going to go and hand that in now. There we go.
Shinobi, have you perhaps met...
I found him. He was dead.
The High Priest was infested. How...
I do not know.
I will take a look. I see. Consuming 2 persimmons of the serpent will allow one to become a cradle for the divine heir. This will make it possible to return the dragon's heritage to its homeland. I shall become... Of course. I am the only surviving divine. Death does not... Shinobi, if you wish to take the path to return the dragon's heritage...
Where should I be?
I believe it is said that the estate...
Okay, so basically here she is wanting to become the cradle that can take the dragon's heritage back to its homeland. And to do that, she needs to consume 2 serpent hearts. So we picked those up in our previous episodes of this walkthrough. We got the fresh serpent heart, and we also have the dried serpent heart as well. So I believe we can hand those straight in.
Shinobi of the divine...
Yes, we can. So we are going to hand those in.
Yes, I've found them.
The shade of red, a persimmon, is an apt comparison.
You're...
Of course, doing so. However, I hesitate to eat them, and please come back after... I will eat the 2 persimmons and become the cradle to... I will require a...
Understood.
Okay, so we have to leave her to eat 2 serpent hearts. So let's travel to Kuro's room. It's worth mentioning here as well that I believe you do have to progress Kuro's quest here until he actually cuts himself and gets this incense burner going just here. So just make sure that he's kind of done that and this is glowing at this point. I believe you have to have that part done in order to go further here with the Divine Child of Rejuvenation. Just keep that bit in mind. So we're going to travel back to the Inner Sanctum once again. We can now eavesdrop. Yep, so she's definitely eaten those 2 hearts. They're going to travel away once again. Sounds painful. And travel back to Inner Sanctum. I mean, to be fair, I don't think I would be in a great state if I also consumed 2 ancient serpent hearts. So fair play to her.
Oh, Shinobi of the divine heir? Are you there? Shinobi of the divine heir, it appears I have succeeded in becoming the cradle. Could you please take my hand?
Yes, what?
It is cold, much like... Which is why, see? My these frozen tears.
Okay, so this is a key item, Frozen Tears. It says here, by having Kuro drink both the Dragon Tears and the Frozen Tears, the cradling ritual can be performed. So that is a key item there required for the dragon's return ending.
Frozen tears.
Yes, I believe this is what the text referred to as cold dragon tear. The divine heir must drink them to. If he does so, I believe.
There we go.
Shinobi, what would you.
What is it?
Hold out your hand.
All right.
Bless us with a silvery harvest.
It's cold.
With my body so cold, the rice shines with an ice.
It's like
Then that is what we shall call it. Shinobi of the divine heir.
And we can also get some fine snow, which is basically better rice, like upgraded rice.
I accept.
Rice is please return.
Okay, so that is that's that bit, the dragon's return ending unlocked, essentially. We also have to unlock Hirata Estate version 2. So this one, we're going to travel to Kuro's room. And once again, there's quite a lot of sort of traveling in, traveling out. I'm going to do this one from memory. So, at this point, just keep in mind this incense burner is burning. We are going to go behind here and eavesdrop.
We're almost there. Yes, do what must be done.
And Kuro says, do what must be done. So make sure to listen to Kuro saying, do what must be done.
I'm glad you've... Goodbye.
And then I think we pop a rest. We do. So Emma has moved her position, which is... She goes up here, she does.
I must do what must be done. He must be. What is it?
Lord Takeru spoke of beheading in his memoirs.
Yes.
Perhaps the act of was the means to end immortality.
What?
If you walk the path of, then you must use the...
And
Yes, Lord Kuro designed... And yet, might there be a path?
the dragon's hair that could be.
Well then, I ask that you help me. A path where Lord Kuro need not.
So you say, I agree. Kuro cannot be allowed to die.
I will not let my lord die.
Thank you.
We must find us.
Yes. Oh, Master Wolf, I'll look into it. Also,
Keep.
yes.
Okay, so essentially Emma here is looking for a way that allows Kuro not to die.
Master Wolf, I found something. Here.
Purification.
Yes, there is a way to cut the top. The process requires a flower, as I told. The Everblossom, however. And the Everblossom. So the Everblossom tree?
If the tree itself, no, the flowers don't exist either.
Correct. But the bresso
Is this? It was.
mass, but there are no flowers on this.
What's wrong?
It's not. I was just trying to try as I might.
What?
I think I'll pay it something might.
Okay, so yeah, Emma is trying to find a way to essentially do the immortal severance, but also keep Kuro alive. So Emma is kind of gunning for the purification ending. She's trying to find a way to do that. So she talks about going to a grave, which I believe is the old grave. So we're going to head there. She is down here. So talk to Emma.
Hello.
How?
Have you
No, that I'm. Oh,
orangutan?
yes. Back then, Lord Genichiro and Lord Takeru. It was a one. Perhaps one of my old. I'll speak with.
Okay, so she talks about speaking with Orangutan, which is essentially the sculptor. His old nickname. So we're going to travel to the dilapidated temple. And we're going to do some eavesdropping. So I believe I believe the sculptor's old nickname is Sekiro, as opposed to Sekiro, which I think roughly translates as one-armed orangutan. Like we are one-armed wolf. The sculptor used to be called one-armed orangutan. So go behind here, and then we eavesdrop. We've got Emma in there. Okay, so once we have got that, we can head around and we confront Emma about that conversation we just overheard.
I'm afraid we'll need.
So here you can say, ask about what you overheard.
Were you listening?
Tell me.
That day beneath the branches of the Everblossom tree, Lady Tomoe.
Why?
She said, those made immortal by the oath of the dragon's hair.
So in order for the purification to the oath-bound of the dragon's heritage must die?
Yes, precisely.
But she was unable to achieve the purification.
Correct. She did not have the mortal blade. I don't want to lose Lord Kuro or you, but all paths are leading to dead end.
Ask what she is hiding.
What are you hiding?
You over.
Tell me. Do what must be done. I will live by those words, as my master does.
Here.
We grab the father's bell charm. A bell charm previously owned by the owl.
Is this a bell?
It fell off Owl's dead body. You and Master Owl have a deep connection. Should you offer it to Buddha, it may be a different experience.
I will try it.
I am not sure what memories you will see, but the bell belonged to Master Owl, so please.
Okay, so
Goodbye.
we've now got that key item, which means we can press here. And that will now take us to a different version of the Hirata Estate. And I think for that episode there, we shall wrap that one up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.